What's up, high levelers? Funnel Doc here. In today's video, we're going to be going over AI automations. That's right. Breaking down all the different actions that are involved with AI, GPT, conversation AI, the scheduling AI, which one you should be using, which one you shouldn't. I'm going to show you everything, as well as I'm going to be putting into a more of a practical application. In previous videos, I've just been explaining everything, haven't really been showing how to use it much. So in this video, I'm going to be changing it up. Hey, before we jump into today's video, please do me a favor. If you could like and subscribe, I would love it. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and only with your help can I make that happen. With that, let's jump inside today's video. Right, to access your AI automation actions, now there are no actual triggers that are AI based. There are tons of other triggers that you can go into actions that will be AI actions. Like I said, you can use ChatGPT, you can use the conversation AI, you can use the scheduling AI. We're going to go over all of them today. But to access those, you're going to go in automation right here on the left side. And then you're just going to pick a create workflow. I've already got one right here that I started a nice new workflow. But we're going to jump in this one I built out specifically for today. So we've got here, and then we got this tutorial workflow. All right. So this one starts out, now this is going to be a complete tutorial about different things about workflows as well. So one of the biggest triggers that you're going to be using or different ways is you'll be able to set different channels. So you'll see here that I've got this one set up for SMS, but maybe you wanted to use Facebook Messenger. So you'll see right here, the way we've got it set up is reply channel SMS contains phrase AI assistant or AI help. This is one of the ways that you can set your bot up and get it to key off trigger words going through whatever your chat is. So, like right now, if I say hello to it or anything like that, you really can't see it because of the blur. It doesn't reply. But if you use anything in those phrases, you're going to see that it will start up this workflow, which you'll find a lot of things, or you'll see a lot of times they'll be like, hey, text 3162 or funnels or whatever the different word is or whatever to X number, and that's one way it kicks off a workflow. For this example, I'm just showing you the different way that you can do that. A lot of times you're going to be using this as one of the ways you'll be triggering your bots. So, but maybe you don't want it to be SMS, or maybe you want it to be SMS and another type. So the one thing, way you're going to set this up, again, this can be more of a teaching demonstration as well as a tutorial, is you're going to have the customer replied right there. I always use reply as my search underneath triggers. Again, these are triggers. Trigger starts the workflow, actions are in the workflow. So you've got your customer applied. Again, remember, what have I always said? The power is in the filters. So whether it's a trigger and action, filters are what makes it between just a basic workflow and an extraordinary workflow. So the next thing we come in here, and you can see so much to choose from, but we want to right now when we're setting this up, is, where is it? Boom, reply channel. And you'll see when you pick that, you've got a ton of different channels you can choose from. You've got SMS, which that's what the other one set up. You've got live chat. You've got WhatsApp. So if you wanted to set up a chat bot or some type of AI bot on the WhatsApp platform, you would set this. Let's go ahead and set it for WhatsApp. That's a big one coming in. So, and as you know, I always like to tag everything as I do it. So WhatsApp reply. Now, you'll see that now, so if you go over here to this SMS, you'll see the difference between these two. I've got contains phrase right here, and this one I hadn't added it. And that's really what's going to make it so that it will fire when it has that specific phrase in there. So you'll see here we've got AI assistant and AI help. So in this one, we'll just add it in real quick here. You add your filter. You'll go right here, contains phrase. And this is, you go AI assistant, and then just hit enter, and it'll allow you to hit another one, AI help, and boom. And let me space that out. There we go. And then once you're done, you just hit trigger save, and now you can use your WhatsApp, not WhatsApp, but WhatsApp. You can use your WhatsApp, you can use your SMS, whatever channel you have set up. You can use it as much as you want, and it won't trigger unless they use that specific phrasing, AI assistant in this example, or AI assistant or AI help in this example. this in here. What's that? Right. And then now, if you wanted to do it this way, I would probably recommend just going ahead and doing a completely different branch than doing this, because what you could do is you could put a if else statement in here and branch it off, but it would just duplicate this entire workflow that we're going to show you later on, and it will add a lot of work. So I think it'd be better to just finish this one and then duplicate it and then just add the next one and go through it. Because here's the deal, realize that if we're using SMS, then all the replies have to be SMS. If we're using WhatsApp, then all the replies have to be WhatsApp. So you just duplicate it, then go through the whole thing, change out every time there's a SMS or whatever it is for this one to the next one. And then that also would allow you to see if there's any spots where it's breaking and be a little more specific than trying to do it this way and branching it out. So that's what I'd recommend doing if you wanted to have a different channel that you're using for it. I would recommend just making a completely different one, duplicating it, change out all the different messages, make sure it makes sense, and then save it and then use it that way versus trying to do multiple channels and using an if else statement to branch it out. Now you'll see this clear X times through tag. Don't worry about that right now. Just know that that's there. We'll come back to it. Up there, it replied back. She just replied back here. The first one, hi, my name is Grace. You can see it. You can't see it. It says, hi, my name is Grace. And the next one, did you want AI assistance? Now, in this example, and this is a very primitive bot, we make way more advanced stuff than this. This is more of a demo bot to display, like I said, the AI actions here and stuff more than it's really for a case study. If you'd like me to make you a bot or make a bot for these YouTube videos, let me know what niche down below, and whatever gets the most comments, I will make sure to build that bot out in future videos for you, similar to this, but better, way better. So anyway, the next thing we're looking at here, we've got the two responses. I only broke them up like this because I wanted to be able to loop this through, and I wanted the first to intro, and the second one, where you want AI assistance, I'm going to explain in just a second. Now, the next thing you want to do when doing a lot of these bots is you're going to be using these wait reply. So again, you're going to come in, you're going to choose a wait step. The way to do these, you'll just come right in, always just type wait, go to wait step. Now it's going to always be time delay. Scroll it down right here to contact to reply. So now it's going to be wait contact reply. And I always, always again, label it just because it's easier to understand. I'm telling you, you will thank me for this later on. Wait contact to reply, where I'll just put reply sometimes. Now the next thing is you'll see here, these are the steps above. Here's the first one, here's the second one. I'm really keying into the second one right here. I might need to change that up if I'm worried about it or whatever. And then the next thing, if they're similar tagged, the next thing here is the timeout, and you just put how long you want it to wait for. You'll see on this example, I'll delete it here. My wait reply comes in here. I've got the AI assistant set up, and I've got it set for 10 minutes. Now, what happens, and this is a new thing that they recently put on for the wait step, is you can add this, that what will happen after, and you see right here, what happens after 10 minutes. Now it's going to come through here, and I've got a math function, +1 times the wait step. And they're like, well, Jeff, Funnel Doc, why are you doing that? I'm like, this is why. The next thing, we've got an if else here. And after 3 times through, if X equals 3 times through, it's going to go and end the process. It's not going to keep hitting them up. But if they said, hey, I need AI assistance, this allows us to wait 10 minutes, and then I'm going to shoot them right here. If it goes through, it's like how many times through, and say, so this is the first time through, it'd go through, and now you've got a go-to step where it goes right back here to that one message where it's saying, hey, do you need AI assistance? And that's why I separated the hi, my name is Grace, because if not, it'd say, hey, my name is Grace, you need AI assistance. Hey, my name, at least this way it takes some of the robotics, it makes it a little more, conversational at least. And this is just to check in, because to make sure it's just a follow-up. So I've got that set up for 10 minutes. And then the next thing is we've got here is I've just got the if else. And this is another way I wanted to demonstrate this for a lot of people. You should use this one a lot, because this isn't AI really, but it understands intent. So you can come right here and underneath the branches, you can go to intent type. So you go right in here. Oh, let me actually just show you how I would build this out. So we'd come in here, we type if, like I always say, just go to if, boom, come in. And then what I would do here is I'd come into contact reply, and then we go to intent type is, or depending on how you're setting it up, is not or whatever, but it's going to be positive or negative, and it can understand that. So right now it said, do you need AI assistance? I'm gonna be like, yes, I want help. Or you know what, let me put something, help me. Let me just put help me, and let me see if it recognizes that as a positive intent, because it should, no matter what, how you phrase it, recognize if it's positive or negative. I haven't really gone massively extreme in it, like just saying help me to see if that's positive or yet net. But then it's going to go right here. So it's first going to recognize it did. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, cool. So it went right here. And then the next thing is the first step. We went through this. I explained it to you right here where it goes in. Oh, okay. So let me go this last. So this, before we get into the next AI function, we're the first AI function actually. So we went through it. Now, if I said no, it's going to say SMS, and it's going to be like, no worries, have a great day. And then it just ends the conversation. You can start again, but that sort of ends the conversation right there. Now, realize there's always going to be whatever channel you're originally setting up with your branches, and there's always going to be this none branch that's down here. A lot of times with this, when I'm setting up a bot in this type of flow, and again, this isn't AI based yet, it's more like choose your own adventure based, but we'll get to the AI in just a second. For this none, I'll go right here. See, it says SMS didn't, it should say, it did say did. It should say didn't understand. Let me put a DT. Didn't understand. And then it will reply, sorry, I didn't get that. Did you need AI assistance? Can you reply yes or no? So if they're saying anything that's way out there, like for instance, if they help me, if it didn't understand which direction to go, I've got that as a backup. So just to let you know, a lot of times through these, and even on this one, if the reply for some reason had been in one of the intents or one of the directions, you'll see I'll use it again later. This is one of my favorite things to do. It's just like a little follow up with them just to make sure. So you'll see right here, it goes into the positive yes. And now the next thing is the message I just got. And this is our first AI actual workflow here. So if you go in, this is conversational AI, and all you do is you scroll down to right. Where are we at? That's right here. Conversational AI. This is the one right here. You just click this guy right here. You'll see all the different settings. It's always going to have these two branches, no condition met, and timeout. And I'm going to show these on the one I already built out now. So here's the one that I built out. I gave it a very short little question. Now, this isn't really high-tech AI yet. This is I'm glad they laid it out this way because it sort of fits the complexity, because it allows us to end with Chat GPT, which is the most advanced out of what these type of AIs are really. So this is just, I'm going to ask a question. This is a conversational AI. You're going to come here, you're going to have the bot ask a question, and then it's just going to listen to what they say and use AI to determine what path to go down. So for instance, this one says, great, what did you want help with? Did you want to learn more about the services we offer? Did you want to schedule a blank to learn more about how we can help grow your company? And you'll see this custom value here. I try and use that a lot. In this example, if this was a template bot that I wanted to use on many different sub accounts, this would allow me to go in, change the custom value, whatever those people, and you'll see sales session is the name of it right here. So whatever their sales call or discovery call, whatever, they just fill out a form. We change it as a custom value, and now it understands that name for that sub account. So it just allows a lot of flexibility, but it's really the ability to create flexibility, because in other videos, if you want, let me know down below, type forms, and I'll show you how you can set up your forms. So you're onboarding your clients, you can bring them on, have them fill out a form once, and it'll populate everything throughout the whole system. Anyway, next thing is your timeout. And this is the way I'm sort of teaching this more of a broad base. So I'm going to go in, show everything I've been doing, and then go into the actual workflow piece. Like instead of just normally I would have been like, hey, here's conversational AI, here's what it does, boom. So let me know down below if you like the new format better than the old. I'm going to be doing more of a function out in the wild type form. So the next thing is timeout. This is like how long is it going to wait for the person to respond before it goes to the timeout slot, which is this slot right here. The next one is channel. This is one of the limitations of this. It only has I said four, three channels. It has three. Oh, it has four. See, boom, I knew that. It has four channels. Is what I meant. You have SMS, Facebook, Instagram, or live chat, which they just recently added live chat. That used to not be there. But the problem is you can only pick one out of them. So I literally would have to do each one. So maybe that's a reason if you're using this a lot. That would be a reason, like I spoke about earlier, rather than using the tree branch, the if else branch, you do an individual one where, hey, if they replied in Messenger, they replied in Facebook, etc. It just sort of makes it hard a little bit to loop it depending where it is. So you could have a conversation bot, but we'll get in that in more advanced bots. Again, let me know down below in the comments what bots you want me to build. So if answered yes, so again, this is if it's asked the question somewhere already, they will branch automatically just go to the branch. If you turn that off, it's going to have to answer the question again. A lot of times, I'd probably recommend turning this off because you don't, unless you want them to skip past it, and maybe it's like you're tagging them because that's one of the things you can see these. I could add a tag right here, and if they pick this certain route, oh, they get tagged accordingly. So maybe you're using this conversationally, but you don't want them to know that you're doing this branch. Does that make sense? Where you come in and if they picked services, which services, you come in and I could have a tag right here and then I could I can market to them accordingly. So but here's the conversational AI. You're just going to come in, you ask some questions. You got the no condition mint, you got the timeout. In this one you could say right here, I have scaling sessions and services as part of my question that I wanted. So this bot's asking, and they say, hey, when the user wants to, and this is how I have the condition set up, user wants to learn more about X, whatever it is for your question, or a scale, in this example, scaling session or schedule a scaling, wants to learn more about scaling sessions or schedule a scaling session. I don't know if I like that name. Anyway, services. If the user wants to learn more about services, it just sends them down that path. It's that simple. That this bot, that's all it is. Is you're going to ask it one primary question, and then you pick which choose your adventure road, like I said earlier, that you want the person to go down. Now you do have advanced configurations that if you want to come in here, you can go in, you can get really into the personality, the instructions, that type of thing. That's really the only thing for advanced compared to the basic is you can go more into the actual nuances and personality and stuff like that, but you're still limited to one question. So it's not, this bot is very basic, to be honest with you. I mean, you could have these branches, you could have like 5 or 6. I think you can do 10. I think it caps at 10. I'm pretty sure 10. It might only be 5, actually. Let me double check. I think it was 5. I was testing it. Pretty sure it was actually 5. But the thing is you can only do so much. So the thing we had next is you come right here. So again, if no condition meant, this is a prime example of that before. You're going to go in the SMS right here. Sorry, I didn't get that. And then I just use the go to, which again, to find that action, you just type go. Here's your go to. When you click on it, like if I put it in here, you'll see what it'll do. Oh, it won't let me do the same, just the bot on there twice. Anyway, so because of this, you'll just click where you want it to go. So I just clicked right here. So now it will ask that question again. It will say the exact same question again right here. Let me say that. And then depending on what I pick, if I want the scaling session, it will go to the appointment bot, which we're going to talk about in just a second. If it times out, then it goes to this SMS. Did you still want to schedule a scaling session? And then again, you're going to wait for the reply, which I need to put a wait in there because if not, what happens is why you need a wait step here is because if I don't have a wait reply step in, which I just missed. Oh, sorry. Boom. If I don't have a wait reply step in here, it just jumps right to the step. So what will happen is it will look for, hey, did they say yes? Did they say no? Oh, they didn't. Let's go. It goes down to none. And then it'd say, I didn't get that. So you need to have a wait step almost every time. The only reason I don't have a wait step here is because as soon as they hit this one with no condition meant, I want to send them right here to the conversation AI one again. So, but that's a prime example where you'd put a wait step. You can, of course, put the timeout if you wanted. That adds a lot more complexity to it because you keep having those branches everywhere. But it's totally up to you. And then so you've got your again, if they go right here and after they time out, it asks them if they wanted to reply, waits for them to reply. If they say yes, then it sends them to the appointment booking bot, which we'll talk about in a second. If they say no, then it says no worries. If they say anything else that's out of the ordinary, it goes to the none, which gives them I didn't get that, which sends them back here asking them if they wanted to schedule an appointment. And now the final one we're looking at, there's really action wise, there's only a couple on here. There's the conversational AI guy right here. There is the next one is going to be down here, which is the where is it? Appointment booking bot AI. This is the one we're looking at now. So if you click this guy, you'll see it looks just like this. You pick your calendar, etc. Personality. We'll go into it. Let's jump in the one that I built out already. So this is the next one here. You've got your calendar I picked, or you've got whatever written down here about the personality. You've got your guidelines. This is the maximum limit before it goes into the appointment not being booked. I usually like to max most of these things out at like 25 for most of these. Timeout, this is time for which the bot will wait and how many hours. So it's going to wait 24 hours before the bot completely times out. When it times out, it's going to go down to the timeout block, which is this block down here. Again, same thing. You can only do one channel. You can do this one, you can do three channels, but you can only do one channel at a time. So again, that speaks to maybe doing each individual one, especially if you're using this conversation with that AI bot, you're going to need to do one workflow for each individual channels rather than using the if else branch that I showed you earlier. So you've got timeout, you've got appointment book, appointment not book. You can't add any branches here. These are the ones you can not let the bot send the confirmation message if you want to click that, because a lot of times you might want to go to another workflow. But and that's one of the things that's cool about this. If you look right here, you can see if the bot times out, it's going to go here. Appointment book, it's going to go here. Not booked, it's going to go here. So you can continue the workflow. So maybe you don't want it to say, hey, your appointment booked and sort of end it, because then if it does that, it's going to go here. Maybe you want to continue the conversation or send it to another workflow, whatever you want to do. That's when you click that one. All right. So the next thing is the next step. Now, if you were to pick services, this is sort of where you're going to see the Chat GPT, which is the final real AI. Like I said, there's not a lot of AI in the workflow. Now, I can show you in other videos. Again, let me know down below what is your favorite type of niche, and I'll build out a chatbot for that using like GPT and stuff and actually make a chatbot. But for this demo, the next thing would be your open AI. If you come right here and look, I will show you where to find that guy. Usually I just type chat GPT, but if you can't find it in there, you can scroll on down and you'll see it's right here. Now there is the Eliza appointment booking bot. I've talked to the devs and stuff, and they said it's just not really reliable right now. So that's one of the reasons they came up and put this new one in here, the beta one right now, is to replace that one, and that's why I'm not going to be talking about it really in this training. And then that's really all of it. So the next thing would be, like I said, would be the Chat GPT. And you come right here, and let's jump in the one I already built so that I can show you right now. You come right here, boom. Now, the first thing you've got is your different models. You've got the turbo and the mini. The mini is going to save you a lot of money. The turbo is going, unless you're using complex stuff, I would probably go with a turbo. Feel it out, talk to it. That's going to be the best way you're going to know which one's going to work for you is talk to the bot, see how you like which one responds better. If you're worried about money, Turbo is going to be the cheapest, then Mini, then O. That's going to be the best way to go. You'll also see in this simple just prompt that we made right here that we include a lot of custom values. You can click right here and you can see you've got all your different custom fields and your custom values to choose from. Use them. It makes more sense to come in now. Look at this. I can have this bot sort of anywhere. Your job is services at, instead of funnel doc digital marketing, I could come in right here and just go, oh, what is the account full name here? Let's move me out of the way. There we go. Name. And I could come in right here and I could put another one right there. So now I've got it. And again, this just allows you to sort of templatize or actually make these so that they're just customizable so much more. So the next thing you want to know is your action type. Now you'll see I have it set up custom, so I have it for this prompt, but you can come in and if you wanted to just analyze a text statement, so you'll click this and you'll see the prompt will change. You can still edit it by coming in here and editing the pencil right here, but it's going to then move to custom. So if you come in and again, you want it to be a segment, there you go. And you can change the input to whatever you want. You can even make it a custom value. So then that could update somewhere or a custom field, and then that would update it. So then that would analyze that. But it's just going to analyze that and let you know the sentiment of the text. Like, what are they trying to say here? Is basically, it's really straightforward. Now, this is one reason why some people use Zaps. And if you want, I can show you how to build one of the Zap. Let me know down in the chat below. But this is one reason why sometimes people use Zaps. Not that advanced yet here for their GPT, even for these models. So next one is classify text coming soon. You've got summarize text. You've got translate context. Now, this one's sort of cool because you can come in and you'll see that it's like translate into Spanish. So you can just come in and you can change this to any language. It could be translate from Spanish to English, English to Spanish, Russian, Saudi Arabian, whatever it is. It could be any language. That's the cool thing about it. And then what you do is you would have the message that they ask as the input. So you'd come right and you'd have them say, translate this, and this would be the variable, would be the message. And one of the ways, and I'll show you in a second how you can do that. But you can see here, translate to Spanish. You could have different languages right there. Super cool. That's the one other than the custom that I would probably use the most, the translate context, because just think about that. Your bot can speak a bunch of different languages now. But the custom one would come in. I'm glad I say that because we'll put it back now. And if you see right here, I've got user asked message body. Now, this is how you're going to have the ability for the chatbot to be able to have a conversation. So you see, here is the message that I had it ask the bot first. Awesome. What questions did you have about our services? And you'll see I got that message right here. And now I'm at the wait step where I'm waiting for that reply. Depending on how I reply, it's going to then take this user asked message body. And to find this, you're going to go to the little tag right here to message. You'll see message body, subject, or attachments. So whatever this like person, if they'd sent me a different subject line or if they had attachments to it, I can pull that into the actual chatbot. So in this case, I'm using the body, which is whatever the reply is. So whatever the reply is going to fill out right here. And the chatbot will know they asked this about Funnel Doc digital marketing. Here is business info, like here's our mission statement, here's our location, here's our email. You could have all different stuff here, but it just allows you to get a lot more organized as well as templatized. So you come in here, so there's your prompt on everything. Now, this is a new one that they have set up for enabling history. You could turn this on. You could have it for this entire workflow. So that means anytime if there's in the whole workflow, there's another GPT step, it will be able to basically communicate and know what you've said or engage with that step. If I wanted just this execution, which is that execution, that flow right now, just this step, which is just within itself, or custom, which custom's pretty cool because that allows you to make a memory key so then you can use that bot in another workflow somewhere else and they can basically talk to each other that way. But that's a little bit deeper in a different tutorial. It's actually pretty easy to do. You just come right here in custom, you'll just put in, and you can make up any memory key. So I could just basically type bloom, bloom, bloom. Or what I would recommend is making custom values and be like memory key A, memory key B, or whatever workflow or whatever you're trying to do with it, however you want to use it for nomenclature. And then you could just bring in those custom values rather than having to type it. And then what you do is whatever this number is, I just use it in the next box, set the memory key, same thing, and then they're able to talk to each other, which is really pretty cool. The next thing is the advanced. Let me move this back to, I had it for this step. And then the next thing is your temperature. Again, the closer to one is, the more focused it's going to be, the more precise to what you're writing. And then the closer to the farther away it's going to get, the more flexible it's going to get and farther away from your prompt and that. So then you've got systematic instructions here as far as just what you wanted to do for that actual specific task. Exclude instruction from history, exclude responses from history. You've got, again, you've got the ability to use your tags in here. And then what you could do, and then what you're going to do next is you'll have the SMS or whatever response. And then at this one, you'd come right here to custom values. And because GPT is in front of it, you'll now see GPTs available, where if I come up here to this SMS up here, and look, you see GPTs not listed. That's one of the things, if you're having trouble a lot of times in your workflows and you can't find something in the tags or the custom values or the custom fields, you might not be using the right action or trigger above in the workflow to make that available. Same thing in the if else thing, the if else branch. If you're not seeing the specific branch, you might not be using the right trigger or action above it in the workflow. So just always keep that in mind. So what you do right now, like I said, you'll come right here and you see I have GPT-1 response. See how this is number one? If I use another GPT, if I was to build one right here, like I said, I always just go GPT. You'll see this one will be, and I just save it for ease. We'll just put something in there for ease for the prompt. And you'll see this is number two. So now if I did another SMS and I wanted to do it, and this is just how easy it is, you just come in, you GPT, you'll see 1, 2, response, and now I'd save it. So now I'd have it as long as I did a wait step in here. Again, this is another important why you always want your wait steps after it. So I'd go in, wait for reply, boom. So wait for the reply and then pick the step, which is this one. Boom. All right. And then, so now it's going to wait, and that allows you to get the response. Because if I didn't put the wait for reply, it just go SMS and go right here, and there wouldn't be a response yet. The person wouldn't have a chance to type, and the AI would already be trying to figure out the reply. So hopefully that gives you a lot of insight in all the different actions. Like I said, there's only three really, but I wanted to give you more of a case study, an example of how they're broken down, how they can be used, in different ways you can use them. Now, if you've stayed this long in the video and you're interested in something like this, but you don't know how to do it yourself and want to build out for your company, reach out down below. There is a form you can fill that out, and my company, Funnel Doc Digital Marketing, would be happy to work with you so we can build out something that will fit for your niche and help you to be able to reach your goals and dreams by automating your business using HighLevel. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I'm out of here. Peace.